Alrighty, welcome back to Farming Simulator 2015. We're back into the game in patch 1.2 now, which has just recently been released, just the other day or so. It's been a while since we've actually uploaded a video of this, but here we are, back again. Although this game doesn't really need any more improvements to it, because it does seem to run alright for the most part, no massive problems. There have been supposedly performance upgrades and little things like that. Hopefully screen tearing won't be as prevalent either. I haven't really read the patch notes. Well, I have read them, but I haven't really read anything to do with the screen tearing, so hopefully that'll change. What they've drastically changed though is the amount of money that you get. Like, they've changed the economy in the game quite a bit. What I'm also doing is I'm getting this guy just to go ahead and harvest the rest of that canola, so that won't take too long. This guy is just chilling out really. Actually, we'll go get him, prepare him to go ahead and get the rest of the canola, and we'll be able to speed time up. So what they've drastically changed is the economy in terms of the amount of money you get from logs. That's very, very much reduced, and also the amount of money that you get for the time bonus in these timed missions, especially for the crops, which kind of sucks because right now I'm doing a timed mission for the canola delivery, and I was destined to make a heck of a lot of money out of that. Unfortunately, it seems like that will not be the case anymore. We've still got 171,000 euro, it seems like now. It seems like it's changed from dollars to euro, but anyway, it doesn't really make a difference. I'm sure we were playing on dollars before instead of euro. It doesn't make too much of a difference anyway. So let's go ahead and deliver the rest of the canola that we've got, because we do have a fair amount of tons left. I think we've got around 50 or so tons, so let's go ahead and just come up over here, start filling that up. There we go. Another couple of changes they've done is that once you let go of the accelerator, the vehicle won't come to a screeching halt as fast as it did before. It'll just keep on rolling, I guess. We'll have to test and check that out, but don't really think there's going to be too much of a difference with that. And over here, we want to see how much canola we've got. Still 32,000 tons, so... or 32 tons, sorry. 32,000 litres would be more... I would guess it would be correct. Not more correct, but it would be correct. So we'll go around and deliver that to exactly where? I don't know. The transport company. Yes, it is the transport company, isn't it? Let's just make sure. Alright, so canola is going on the up and up. Actually, we can't really check over here. I'm pretty sure it was there, the transport company, because we make a lot of money from there. Okay. What I can do is switch vehicles, because I've left a vehicle. I've actually left two of them right over here. So, canola for the transport company. Okay, so that's obviously where we take it to. Unfortunately, we won't be getting a massive time bonus anymore, but still, better than nothing. So, to the transport company it is then. Oh, there we go. This is who we needed. Now, I don't think I'm going to speed up time now. Which way is actually the best way to go drive? We'll go around this way, and I think I'll be able to turn left soon, hopefully. Not around here, but hopefully... oh, actually here around here. There we go. That also improved the handling and things like that, but I don't think I'll really notice too much. The game does actually record now at a very smooth 60 frames a second. Right, there's no stuttering in terms of that, so they've obviously improved or optimized the game in that sense, but still, it's not like there was a problem with the game before though. One of the best things about games that get released on PC first, or PC only pretty much, especially about these simulator games, they're very well optimized usually, unlike the console ports. Now this is going to take a fair while. This is one of our better tractors that we've got as well. It's taking a sweet time, but the dividends or the payoff that we'll get will be more than worth it. Now I know a lot of you guys want me to use the covers, so that's what we'll do. There we go. Jeez, he's driving so slowly. Wouldn't be surprised if they've actually changed that around. Like how your vehicles handle under a lot of weight. So I know they have changed the handling around a bit. I mean, the only one real problem that I had with the game was the screen tearing, but it's not... oh, here there it goes. It just happened just then. But it's not really that game breaking for me anyway. The game still does look really nice and all. It's got the same addictive formula as before. They've tried to add something new. I still don't think it was too much has changed for this to be like a biannual, well, every 2 years series. I still think they should have added quite a bit more to the game in terms of just forestry. I don't think that was all too much. Now that we're going downhill, obviously we're going much quicker. I need to watch out how we actually drive because it's going to end very badly very soon. Thankfully I don't drive like this in real life because there would be no more videos. There's been a couple of things in the real world that have happened recently. I'm sure many of you guys would have heard though, but a couple of retail stores in Australia decided to stop selling Grand Theft Auto 5. I think they've done a complete blanket ban on Grand Theft Auto 5 on all consoles, but I think the reason it caused so much drama was because of the first person mode, and that you could do all the things that you could do previously in first person mode, so that obviously sparked quite a bit of controversy. It was very amusing though to listen or read the reasoning. I think it was like a couple of ex-prostitutes as well that started a petition, and they got 40 or so thousand signatures. Let's go open the cover up and then unload. And they, Kmart and Target, I'm sure most of you guys have a Target around you. Maybe not Kmart, but it's the same parent company anyway. But unfortunately got taken off. Here we go. So we only got €3,000 as a time bonus. But at least we got a little bit of extra money, so I can't complain about that. Now, because we got Euro, yeah, it seems like these are cheaper, aren't they? Yeah, it seems like it anyway. So we're at 284,000. So I think what I should get, let's see. Suitable for the 3162 Draper 45 foot. That is quite large, isn't it? I think this is what I'll settle for. Although that means I'll need another 100,000 or so euros. So that's quite a bit. Maybe we'll have to settle for the case. I mean, we can't get to the creme de la creme just yet, right? We're still very early on. So let's go with the axial flow 7130. Okay, and then hopefully we'll have enough for the 3020 35 foot. Alright, the 3020. Let's have a look. 35. Was it 35 or 45 foot? It was 35, wasn't it? Let's have a look at some of the other additions that we can get. I wouldn't be surprised. They should be able to cross over because they should have the same attachments though. It's actually flow 9230 and this is the 7130, which is the one that we've got. I'm tempted just to buy this one just to see, but alas, I do not have the money. I do not even have the money to buy the one that I do need and want, so that is a bit of an issue. Not the end of the world though. Let's see, what is this guy up to? This guy is just chilling out. He's left a patch or two, but that's alright with me. Just get him to keep working hard. And then soon enough, all of this will be perfectly yellow. Which is what we want. Just a nice, beautiful, large field of yellow. So, in the meantime though, maybe we can have a check up on these missions. Have a look. Okay, so we've got corn that we can deliver. Or falling fruits. Now this is... No, can't really do any of those missions. I'm tempted to cut trees down, but of course you don't make as much money for that now. What I am going to do though is get this guy. Let's get this guy just to stop his thing. There we go. And I'll just leave him out over here. I'll just fold that implement. And we'll get this guy. Oh, I want to speed up time to 120 times speed. which means that we'll be losing a bit more money a bit more quickly, but that's alright with me. So once you sell it all, cheese isn't that dirty. I wouldn't be surprised if this is as dirty as the textures get. Been doing a fair bit and they look really, really ugly. Oh, look at that. Speaking of the weather and the rain, it's been a ridiculous first week and a bit of summer in Australia, or at least in Sydney. We've had really hot days, and literally for 7 days straight we've had, oh, look at that, great demand at freight yard for canola. Oh, for another 12 hours. I might take you up on that, actually. I don't think I'm growing canola over here. There's only one, well, there's two ways to find out. We can drive over it and harvest it, or we can go have a look at the map. We'll go ahead and start harvesting it though. Do not thresh during rain or hail. Ooh, that's new. So he can't do his thing. Wait. We can go to turn the harvester on. So you're not... Okay, so we can't do any of this. That's very interesting. Will it let me drive over it? No, it won't. Wow. Okay. That limits what I'm able to do. Now, this guy, the game's performance is slowed down a bit. I'm very uptight on how my computer performs. I expect the greatest from it, of course. Alright. Let me just angle this guy right. This is going to be a bit of a pain. You know what? I'm going to have to do this myself. Actually, before I do this myself, I'm going to have to go ahead and pick up some seeds. It's about time I did something myself instead of hiring workers, right? This farming simulator, it seems like it's very windy. But yeah, for the past 7 or so days, it's been really hot. Very, very hot. And then we've had severe weather warnings with the chance of large hailstones coming down as well. So it wasn't very pretty. It wasn't a very fun couple of days and nights, but thankfully, it seems like it was all over dramatized. Now, what do we want to do over here? We need to select the seeds. Yep, let's go. Fill the sower, which is R. Okay. Obviously, it's taking a fair amount of money out of us, but that's alright. Yeah, so trees don't pay off anywhere near as well either. Especially once they've all been cut and everything, which... I mean, there should be an incentive for cutting the trees off with all their branches and everything. But the way I read it, I only had a quick skim through the patch notes, but the way I read it is that if you completely cut a tree and its branches, then the amount of money that you get for it is greatly reduced. So you're not going to be able to use that to make quick cash money though. Alright, well, that's growing out really quickly, which is good. And let's go get to work over here. Oh, what is it happening? I have not lowered it. That is what's happening. At least we aren't wasting any seeds though, right? So what we need to do now is press a V. And now we're working. Alright, I'll just slow it down to a reasonable pace. And we'll just lift the sail when we need it to stop, I guess, and that should work. There we go. Shouldn't be too difficult for us to do. It might take a little bit of time, but it is all in the day of a farmer's work. Then we're going to have to fertilize this as well, which we do have the correct implements around, so no dramas there at all. Hopefully all of you guys are very much excited for your Christmas or your holiday break as well. Bit of time off work, a time off school. It's always very weird because you guys in the Northern Hemisphere don't really have super long holidays over your holiday break, over this holiday break. Whereas in Australia, we've got, at least school students and all, have 6-week-long holidays for Christmas or over this time of year. Whereas you guys only have like, what, 2 weeks or so. So it's quite different. Rain's still hailing. Well, it's not really hailing, but it is raining. I'm not quite sure if there is hail. Maybe we can have a look at, wait, firstly, have a look at the canola. Okay, we've got 12,000. Okay, and there is a great demand for it, I'm pretty sure. So, no, it doesn't seem like there is any hail or anything in the game. Now, we do have that new harvester, and I do want to make the most out of it. So we'll have to start using that soon. There's some very strong gusts of wind over here. For certain. You can see them sometimes they're blowing out and about. Okay, now we've just got a couple of small annoying sections and then we should be alright. Now, I don't have the crops dying, or I don't have the settings so the crops die, so it doesn't really matter how fast I play the speed of the game. The crops are always going to be there for me, which is good. Because especially once you get to, like, pretty much owning all of Bjornholm, it's going to be a little bit too much just to manage all of that in one crop cycle, so it's good that they give you that option for crops not to die. Of course, it makes the game much easier and all, but it's a game after all. You're supposed to have fun. Right, now I think I'll have to make another comeback, won't I? Yeah, I will definitely have to make another comeback, unfortunately. Another little go around. And then we'll start thinking about what to do with a lot more of this canola. Oops. I definitely don't want to hit anything. Not with this pricing machinery anyway. Now the videos will be coming back. Of course, farming simulators will be a mainstay. I just don't like playing too much of it because then I get burnt out of it, and I think it really shows through the videos. So I'd rather keep myself interested in the game. Obviously, you guys are very interested in it as well, but I'd much rather not burn myself out and then both of us get bored, both the viewers and myself. So try to keep a happy medium in there. Let's just park this guy because this is just our road, isn't it? No cars really come around here through our property. It's still raining everywhere. So now, oh hello, this is our new guy, our new worker. Let's go test him out. Seems like he does drive very quickly. Almost like an ATV, but like farming style. It's those thick wheels and everything. Guess he doesn't really need to drive all that fast, especially since he's harvesting. Look how chilled out that guy is. He's got his hand on the gear stick. Just chilling out. Do you like the interior though? Guess 2,200 is the horsepower. We can actually go have a check if that is accurate. Let's go have a look. 2,200, no, 410 horsepower is the maximum amount. So obviously not. I'm not sure what that 2,200 was. But let's see. How much do I need to save up? 4 headers, 54,000. Okay. That's quite a little bit. So there's no way I can get that money really quickly, is there? And this guy can't start working right now either. So the only real thing that I can do is just come back to my main base with this guy and sell a bit more of that canola. I mean, unless I can go to the bank. But if I check that out, let's see, it should say somewhere here. Actually, no, it's not here. You press home. There we go. Yeah, so we still own 200,000 euros to the bank. Not very fun. Thankfully, the game gives you like forever to pay it off, but we still do have to pay it off whether we like it or not. Otherwise, they'll just keep on taking it away from us. So it only really matters once you start playing this game a lot. Those massive loans and everything. Of course, we're playing on easy mode, which all that really does is changes the amount of money coming into your hands and how much can leave your hands as well. Other than that though, there's no real change in difficulty. I just feel like hard mode is much more of a grind. It's literally the only difference, whereas I'd rather experience the new vehicles, have a look at them, oogle at the new graphics and everything. Driving first person mode too, you can never go wrong there. Wow, it's even got the decimal point in there with the speed. I guess this guy maxes out at about 42.5 kilometers an hour. I really shouldn't have slowed down on that hill anyway. So, the grind is most definitely real. I think what we'll do is, at least we made a big purchase in this episode. We'll be back next episode with that header for the tractor, or the harvester, sorry. And that way we'll be able to make a lot more money very quickly, because we'll have that dual income coming in pretty much through both those harvesters. Next thing I'll probably need after that is some better tippers, or a trailer and a tractor or something like that, or a truck. But that's a little while yet. But for now though, that'll be an episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. This wasn't a very topical one, but the next one I promise you will be very topical, on the topic of Gamergate, or at least maybe not next one, but the one after that. But no doubt very shortly as we start picking up speed yet again. Until next time though guys, I'll see you later.